Welcome to the 25 Whistles Labor Day special.
Yes.
Thank
It's
you.
a holiday.
Well, it's just because we're doing it on the holiday.
Which is like dedication.
Well, not really. DraftKings is now back on, and so we have to do it.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So, but the Labor Day special. I've been walking around carrying a football all day.
Yeah.
My wife's like, "Why are you carrying a football?" I said, "Why not?"
It's got a nice little pig on it.
Yeah, it does.
It's a little flat, though. Do you want to air it up a little bit?
It's my Tom Brady ball.
Okay. Deflate gate.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Never
that's the
heard
joke. That's the joke, yeah. Okay, so there was football this weekend. It was pretty awesome. I think we'll just start at Texas and Ohio State, where I always root for the SEC. Call that part of my conference homer, except for I hate Texas more than I love the SEC.
And they're so new, right? Like, is that
It
hard?
doesn't count. Yeah, they don't count.
Yeah.
But they're still in. It doesn't matter. I would root for Oklahoma, although that's a fan. I was so happy to see Texas lose. Sorry, Mike.
Yeah.
I don't even think that all of the hate on Arch Manning is fair. He didn't have a good game, but he also played probably the second or third best defense in college football. So if he were to have played Louisiana, Monroe, and played like that, I'd say, dude, it's over.
I don't feel that bad about it. Like, it wasn't a bloodbath.
No,
14 to 7
I'm
isn't
talking
bad.
about Arch Manning just specifically. Yeah, Texas defense is really good.
Really good.
Yeah, they had to play in Columbus. I was very happy to see Texas lose. So suck it to all you Longhorns as a group. Individually, I'm sure I like you all.
One-on-one.
Yes, but it's not. Arch Manning is not over yet, and they probably have some cupcakes coming up, so they can kind of get that
They
right.
do.
The problem with having cupcakes, though, is you never know if you're fixing things until you have to play another team that's halfway decent to good. But Mike, who does Texas have coming up?
San Jose State.
Oh,
Cupcake.
There you
that's
go.
We have some cupcakes.
That's an
coming
Arch
up.
Manning warm up. They need that.
But you know what? You're right, though. If Arch sucks here, dude, we're in trouble.
What else you
Then
got?
we have UTEP, Sam Houston.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're Cupcake City.
And then,
Whoa,
and then
easy.
Florida.
Yeah, you got 3 cupcakes to kind of get it right. So I'm not writing Texas off, although I would love to. And if it's close, they win ties because they have the brand. But yeah, that sucked for you guys. Your thoughts?
I don't feel that bad after because we stayed in it. It could have been really bad. And I don't think Arch Manning looks that bad. That one interception.
Mike.
His throwing motion looked really weird. It was like a side.
Yeah.
It looked worse yesterday than it did last year because I watched the games that he started last year. I was curious. I like Arch Manning, which is what's weird because he has really a despicable thing on his helmet. That horn.
The orange one?
Yes, despicable. But I like Arch Manning, so I'm rooting for him.
So do you think the pressure got to him?
I don't think so. I think the Ohio State defense got to him.
That was nasty.
It was nasty. Again, you're looking at 2 of the top 3 defenses in the country. So, boom. Now, I made a bet before the season started. I put a pretty semi-substantial bet on Lenora Sellers to win the Heisman. He's a South Carolina quarterback.
Dude,
I
he's
felt
legit.
really good after that yesterday. Now, he only threw, I don't have the stats in front of me, for like 209, but he rushed for 25 or 30, but really made some great throws and really looked like a large, strong human, which he is, a large, strong human. And if you watch the SEC any given Saturday, I think you like him more after watching that. He's just a big dude. And he moved up from like 5th to 2nd yesterday in the Heisman odds on DraftKings. I think Garrett Nussmeier is the dude right now. Man, he played awesome. That guy is, and I think you like him more if you watch any given Saturday on Netflix. Him and the brothers at LSU that play linebacker.
Yeah, the Weeks brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
Those guys
3 of them are there now.
awesome.
They're awesome. And the middle brother is a stud.
Yeah.
And he played all game, played really well for most of the game. But LSU won. First time that Brian Kelly's won an opener in like 27 years, I think, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. With 20, yeah.
47 years maybe. Maybe I messed that up.
Yeah, I couldn't remember. I think the over-under was 25.
But LSU beat Clemson 17-10, and Clemson can also suck it. Texas can suck it, and Clemson can suck it. Eddie, what's your beef with Clemson?
I mean, I just don't understand. Like, a couple of things. I'm watching the game, and the fact that they have a locker room on the wrong side of the stadium where they have to get into a bus, everyone's waiting on them to show up. They load on the bus, they drive around the stadium, get out the bus, and then they run down a hill. Like, guys, you're going to hurt yourself. If not a player, a coach is going to die trampling down that hill.
Hey, Dabo flies down that thing.
Yeah,
does.
dude.
I like it.
He does, but there are some other coaches, maybe like special teams coach, that are struggling down that hill. We may lose one of them at some point.
It reminds me of the cheese hill, Mike, a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Where they have to chase the cheese down the real. real
They get knocked
steep hill.
unconscious.
Yeah, we should do a side by side of the players running down the Clemson hill and then the people chasing the cheese down the hill and wiping out.
The players look a little more comfortable. The coaches don't.
I like it, and I don't like Clemson. I like anything that's different and is a part of tradition.
Yep.
It doesn't seem like it's the best use of time.
The bus.
Yeah, all of it. But I do like it. I did like the Clemson loss. And again, to all the Clemson fans out there, individually, I probably like you. But Dabo big timed us on the show once, so we cursed them, and they haven't been the same since.
They have not.
Let's be honest. They have not been the same since the curse. The Whistler curse. Which what we call that. Oh, we just called it that. It's never
I was
been,
gonna
well,
say,
now
now we
it is.
branded it.
it's never been called that. We can do a couple more. The Florida State-Alabama game.
Great game.
And again, I root for the SEC. You know, I root for Alabama 98% of the time. I didn't root for Alabama this game because I loved that Florida State was 2-10 last year, completely revamped. Their quarterback was talking crap before the game to Alabama and then backed it up. So, yeah, I thought it was a great performance by Florida State. I think what sucks is Kalen DeBoer is a really good coach.
Mhm.
He's won everywhere he's been at the highest level. I just would never have followed Nick Saban. I never want to be the person that follows the guy. I always want to be the person that follows the guy that followed the guy.
Mhm.
Even when I came into this job here, there was somebody that was on the air locally named Jerry House for like, I don't know, 70 years. Like he
Forever.
was on back whenever Brian Kelly lost his first opener in a row. You know, because he's lost like 47 in a row.
Yeah.
But Jerry House was on, and had they said, hey, we want you to come in right after him, I don't think I would have taken it. But they had a show on before us that failed out in like a year and a half. And so everybody's palate was like, bring on the new. Came in, dominated from the start. Yeah, right. And the rest is history.
You're like the Mike Vrabel.
That's right. I'm the Mike
Yeah.
Vrabel
Dang.
of nothing, actually. There's nothing similar. But I did like that they won. I hate that DeBoer's losing. I think he's 5-5 in his last 10 games. That seems somewhat accurate. Either I made that up.
I don't know. Yeah, why would you make that up though? That seems pretty.
Yeah, you might want to look that up. Yeah, Florida State won. It's pretty cool. Again, I'm not an ACC guy by any means, but I love when a team is written off completely. 2-10 last year is a pretty awesome game. I did think Nico having a really bad game was kind of hilarious at UCLA. Like
brutal.
Joey Aguilar plays great for Tennessee, and then Nico just plays on a worse team though.
Yeah, that's the thing. He doesn't have the athletes, doesn't have the team around him, and Aguilar obviously does. So
He
it's
does.
just a failed position for him wherever he goes in there.
So Tennessee with a win. That's your team. How'd you feel?
Yeah, it felt good. Big plays. Aguilar. One thing about Nico last year was the deep ball accuracy, and Aguilar obviously showed that off. They look good, man. Syracuse isn't a bad team, and they ran them off pretty good.
I don't think you know if Syracuse is a bad team yet.
Last year they were good. I know they lost McCord.
But
and-
last year they had an actual quarterback.
yeah, but I'm just saying, week one, they look good.
That's like me going, Alabama A&M, not a bad team.
Yeah.
We have no idea. Alabama A&M is who Arkansas played, and they are an FCS school. And I think they just made FCS as well, like
Yeah.
barely.
Mm.
I think they were on that level of high school, and they were like, we need one more team. Let's bump them up. They just looked really small. We won, I think, like 52-7 or something.
How much did you watch of that?
All of it.
Nice.
I left it, I should say, it was on the whole time. I watched the first half intently, and they made our defense look pretty crappy at the beginning of the game. And then it was just better athletes.
Yeah.
But
Did they score that 7 first?
maybe
Or
I think their first drive, I don't even know who got the ball first. Maybe their first drive, and they ran through us. But it doesn't matter. We play Arkansas State next week, which we haven't done since Brian Kelly's first
long
and Jerry
time ago.
House's first.
Always coming back
Show.
to Brian Kelly and Jerry.
Yeah. Forever, Arkansas wouldn't play that in-state rivalry because they were like, why? It's not a rivalry, and we have nothing to gain.
Yeah.
If we lose the game, we lose. If we win the game, who cares? And so they're going to play it. It's going to be played in Little Rock at War Memorial Stadium, which is a crappy old stadium. They've played games in forever. And hopefully we win by like 50 or 60 and just move on.
Do you consider it a rivalry?
We never played them.
Oh,
In my life, I don't think we ever played them.
really?
I'm almost certain of that.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
because Frank Broyles, our old athletic director, was like, why would we play a team in state that's smaller than us that we get nothing from if we win, and it's only if we lose will there be anyone caring about it?
Yeah, and it's probably only them that really talk about it.
Yeah.
Like, we want to play you guys.
Yeah.
That's
So
cool.
that's this week. Mike, do you see anything about Kalen DeBoer?
No.
Did you guys just give up on it?
No one followed up on the stat.
2-3.
In his last 10 games?
Oh, I think he said last 5.
No. I think he's 5-5 in his last 10. But you guys can let me know. They both have laptops. Oh, you do too.
Yeah, I do too, but all I have is my notes on there. I don't have
I
time
was
to.
moving on to the Arkansas
searching.
stat.
You made notes?
Yeah, I did. I did.
You watch games?
I did. I watched all the games. Well, not all the games.
Yes, 5.
The main games.
I was right?
Yeah, 5-5.
Let's go, me.
Did you know you were right?
I didn't know I was right. I don't have any notes as far as like I can get to on my computer. Most of the stuff I just put in my brain and try to remember that. What is your big note?
No chance I'm going to remember any of that. My big note is don't go to Ireland and play a game.
Oh, God, I know.
Like last year, Florida State goes to Ireland. They lose in Ireland, and then they win 2 games the entire season. Now, Kansas State is 0-2.
No, they're not. They won.
They won.
Oh, my God. You took notes and you put...
Kansas State won? No,
They
they lost.
won at the
no,
end.
they won at the end.
Oh, dang. I need to stop. I need to watch. I need to watch
You
these
just
games
said
all
you
the way to
watched the
end.
games.
I need to watch these games all the way to the end. What did they win by?
And they won at the end.
Yeah, they were down. Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then don't go to
Yeah,
Ireland
oh.
anyway.
You know there are 4 quarters.
They did win. Look at that. Sure did. No, guys, they lost.
No, they didn't.
Oh, I'm looking at Iowa State. Who did they play? North Dakota?
Yeah,
Where is that game?
it was in Kansas State.
Dang, 38-35. They sure did. They came back. But anyway, still it's North Dakota, dude. They got to beat North Dakota.
Well, they did. They
I
did
mean,
beat
they
North
know they've
Dakota.
got to kill North Dakota.
You know, before they went over and played that game last week, the announcers were talking about how a lot of the teams that play overseas, it takes like 2 or 3 weeks for them to adjust back. If you play that first week game overseas, that week 0 game, you should get week 1 off.
Yeah, I thought they would. Both teams played.
Because
Iowa
in the
State, too.
NFL, in the NFL, if you go to Europe, you're off the next week. You
Yep.
get a bye week.
Yep.
Yeah. Because Eddie will have you losing even if you win.
Yeah. Maybe you know what
Do you,
happens
have
a lot.
another, do you have another note?
Oh, sure. I got a lot of notes.
Oh, my God.
I just back on Arch Manning. I was just gonna say the crawl the entire day was Ohio State shuts down Arch Manning. And I don't think that's right. I think Arch Manning shut down himself. I really do. I know the defense was good. They put pressure on him, but Arch Manning, dude, he had some really open looks, and he could not throw the ball.
I mean, the first play was pretty evident. I don't know if you remember the first play of the game. He throws it into the dirt. Guy wide open coming across.
Yeah, you're talking about first play, amped up. You're still crying because Corso's out. Your tears are still in your eyes.
He's worried about
Everybody
that.
was talking about Corso all.
It was the highest rated one ever.
It was
crazy.
insane.
Not only that, Fox flipped over and-
Yeah.
and put it on.
And then the Corso with the band, the Ohio
Yeah.
State band, that was cool, though.
The fact that they negotiated that, ESPN, who has it, and Fox, who was there for their big game Saturday, big noon kickoff,
Yeah.
they flipped over to do the game day.
Yeah.
That's super cool.
Yeah.
They all put on the
Respect.
Corso heads. That was cool.
Yeah. Really cool.
Corso on the tux. That's legit.
6 for 6. Did you see that in his picks?
And not only that, every team he ever coached or played for won.
Yeah. What a way to go out,
Yeah,
man.
that was good. I hope he doesn't die soon
I know.
because he had a stroke, and that's why. I mean, he's getting old. I think he's 90.
Yeah, he's 90.
That's why he slurs.
I think it's both. It's a stroke and an age, but probably a stroke at the age does that. So yeah, you hope he's got some time to just chill. But if you go that hard doing one thing, and also I saw him flying public, like
Really?
yeah, he was
That
like
man a plane.
that's what I was saying. Like you
ESPN,
could,
come on.
he's 90 with a stroke, and there was a thing at the airport of him getting on a commercial flight.
When he flew to Ohio?
Yeah.
Oh, man. That's, yeah.
ESPN,
Come on.
get
Get him a
this man a
plane.
plane.
I'm almost certain. I don't want to go for my 9th fact check of the day, but all I'm doing is going from the brain here.
Herb Street flies private.
Herb Street does, yeah,
Yes.
because it's
With his
pictures of
dog.
him and his
Get
dog.
Corso on that plane with him.
I think they're coming from different places, though.
Yeah, well, pick him up.
Hey, Carson Beck looked pretty good last night.
He did.
He went 20 for 31, 205, and 2 touchdowns. I thought Notre Dame was going to come back and win it, and I also thought I'd text our group. I was 90% on bets this weekend. I went from 1,100 in my account to like 3,700
Let's go.
Amazing.
with just a couple $100 bets, $200 bets like that. I had a 4-leg parlay of just money line SEC teams plus Purdue. Since I have a friend that coaches Purdue,
Yeah.
it was all an emotion pick.
Yeah.
So I had a. Now I'm sure it will not happen this next weekend, but I had a really excellent betting weekend.
That's why you got to enjoy it while you can.
I do enjoy it. That's why I'm bringing it up.
That's awesome.
And I'm also saying it's not common, but mostly those week ones, the offenses are a little nervous to play offense. The defenses are always ahead of the offense. And so I bet the under in the South Carolina Virginia Tech game and hit that.
Unders were the big money. And then I had it last night on the Notre Dame game. Guess what? Hit the over on the field goal with a minute left.
Really?
Yeah.
I had
Nice.
No.
1 point.
Not good.
I bet
Half a
Notre
point.
Dame +5 and then +8 as they were down.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. So
Oh, I saw that one.
I ended up.
We all saw that except Kevin.
No, I did.
The other Kevin.
Oh yeah, I meant to. Yeah, I sent it to the wrong Kevin.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I was like, I'm over 90%, boys. And then I got a text back from Kevin Klug this morning, and he doesn't know anything about betting. And he was like, hey, congrats. And I was like, oh, wrong Kevin.
Wrong
Yeah.
group.
Wrong group. Okay, cool. We have Brandon Marcello coming up in just a few minutes. Yeah, Brandon sent it to me. Thank you. Thanks for fact checking me. Brandon's running all the cameras, still fact checking. Dang.
Show off.
Man, MVP.
ESPN. This is from something called the Athlete Lifestyle. I never heard of this.
Is that real?
Well, it does say what I said, so either we're both wrong. ESPN shamefully makes Lee Corso fly Southwest for final college game day.
Dang.
Wow.
It is? Yeah. Okay. The 90-year-old college game day icon that made the most valuable non-live sports franchise for ESPN into the behemoth it is today will make his final appearance. So while the goodbyes have been heartfelt, Lee Corso isn't always living the high life. It just goes on. But yeah, I think I was right about that.
Wow.
Dramatic.
All right.
Did you see it on that article, or where did you see it?
Twitter probably. There's a
Oh,
video
I
of
saw
where'd
it.
you
I saw it on Twitter.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wasn't in the airport, and I was like, Lee Corso.
There he is.
Yeah. I do want to play one other thing from the weekend before we get to Brandon Marcello. And they had the WWE event in Paris, Clash in Paris. And it's the greatest wrestling crowd I've ever seen.
Wow. Have they ever been overseas like that?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
They were just in Brussels. Yeah, they do Europe. But
That's cool.
I'm going to play John Cena coming out. And also, this is John Cena, his retirement tour. Mike, would you play that?
Dang.
How crazy is that?
That's so cool.
Dang. I got chills. I wasn't even there.
I wasn't there either, for the record.
Okay.
Yeah. I was at the airport in the Southwest Lounge
Watching Lee Corso.
with Lee Corso. The other thing that was really annoying was Nebraska taking down the image of, what is it, the big boy
I didn't see that.
making out with Taylor Swift.
Oh, God.
So after
That's
Nebraska beats Cincinnati, they put up an image, and it was her. You know how she was leaned into Travis Kelce, their engagement photo, and all they did was put up their mascot with Taylor Swift. There was nothing to it, and they got so much backlash, they took it down. Nebraska, stop being puds. There was nothing you did that was wrong. It was funny. You're like, we won. We get the girl. It was hilarious.
Funny.
Yeah, that is funny.
They took it down.
Really?
Yeah, here's the thing about backlash. It's okay because it's engagement.
Yeah. That's where you double down.
It's just engagement. Like you want engagement. And if you're getting backlash for something you didn't do wrong or illegal or you're hurting anybody, bring on the backlash. That's just people disagreeing. I couldn't believe they took it down. One, I thought it was funny. Two, I couldn't believe they took it down. Three, I only knew about it once they took it down because that's what made the news.
Hilarious. That is so good.
Don't you feel like that's so weak of them to pull that down?
Absolutely. Why even put it up?
Why even put it up
Yeah.
if you're going to take it down?
Yeah.
You are right. So we give a thumb down to Nebraska, even though they won. All right, Brandon Marcello, coming up next. It is finally here. We've been waiting
200 days for this time to come. That's 4,800 hours. But who's counting, right? I'm talking about football season. NFL Week 1 is here. Quick little history here, so you can sound like the smartest person in the room. All right, first up, the most passing yards ever put up in Week 1 in a game, 554 yards. Rushing yards, Week 1 in a game, 250 yards. And, of course, let's talk about receivers. The record for most receiving yards in the first game of the NFL season is 241. And you can look up who, but that's pretty crazy. Now, throw that at your friends. Be like, this is what's up. They'll be like, dang, you're the smartest person in the room. And not only that, if you want to be smart, what you can do is you can download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. It is an amazing app. I've teamed up with DraftKings for another football season, and they have an awesome deal going for new customers right now. It's super cool. All you have to do is download the DraftKings Sportsbook app today. Listen to this. Bet $5. That's it. And get $300 instantly in bonus bets, and then $200 off NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV. That's it. Just sign up using the promo code WHISTLES. You got to put in the code WHISTLES. Take advantage of this awesome offer. It's that simple. Get that $300 in bonus bets instantly and $200 off NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV when you bet just $5. That's crazy, but you got to use the code WHISTLES only from DraftKings. The crown is yours.
We have Brandon Marcello on with us. Hey, how was it? Because I saw your Instagram story. You were near the game day desk when Corso was there. Like, what was that vibe like?
It was like everybody was saying goodbye. Everybody was happy and shaking hands, trying to get to lead. But it was cool. It's funny because like when he walked in, everybody was just yay. Then Pat McAfee walks in. He's all like, trying to get everybody all riled up, and the fans are, pointing at him, going crazy. Much different atmosphere when both walked in.
How was it when they were actually doing the final reveal when he picked the Buckeye?
Well, like in showbiz, you get to see behind the curtain a little bit when you're actually there. So they were rolling the desk out at midfield, and everybody already saw the Buckeye.
Oh no!
Behind the desk. So they knew what was coming.
I didn't
Not quite
know
the
that.
reaction you
Dang.
probably would hope for live. Yeah.
My wife said, because we were watching it, she was like, there's no way he's going to pull out the Longhorn. Not in the middle of Ohio State, and the first thing he ever picked was a Buckeye. She said, even if he believed Texas was going to win, there's no way he'd go out by picking the Longhorn. Did you feel that was true?
Yeah, I thought he would do that too. It was the perfect circle. I mean, when they picked that game, I immediately thought that he was going to pick Ohio State no matter what. So yeah.
Okay, let's talk about the game, because your article, and I agree with you that this is not the tale of the bust of Arch Manning after 1 week. And so your article came out Saturday night, and it was false, Arch Manning's bust, true. I don't remember the whole title. I'm a big fan, Brandon, but I don't remember the whole title of the article, but I did read it. But talk about the game and talk about maybe people are jumping to the conclusion that Arch sucks a little too early.
Yeah, I mean, being there in person and watching the game, and the thing about TV when you're watching a game is you don't really get to see what's happening all across the field at every moment. But when you're in the press box or there, you can watch other different matchups. And the thing that immediately stood out to me after the first quarter was that both defenses are stellar and incredible, but specifically their secondaries were elite. Ohio State's secondary was locking down Texas's receivers all game. And I knew why Arch Manning was holding on to the ball too long and why they were unable to complete some passes downfield. The issue, though, was that Steve Sarkisian, as he admitted later after the game, is that they should have called more like designed runs for Arch Manning to get him loose, because he's a runner. We saw it last year, and they brought him off the bench. That was primarily what got him on highlight reels, was running the ball. And they didn't let him do that. And I also think that early in that game, when the routes and the receivers weren't open, he was standing there in the backfield telling himself, don't take off running, make a throw, make a play here. And I think that hurt him. So you add all that together, I see why Arch Manning struggled. And then in the fourth quarter, you saw that he came to life. The game was on the line. He started doing some things, and Arch Manning is going to be just fine. But my biggest takeaway from the game was that Ohio State and Texas's defenses were really, really, really good. And I wouldn't be surprised if both teams are in the college football playoff this year again.
Texas has 3 cupcakes in a row getting, and they should because they played Ohio State first week. Like, kudos to both those schools for scheduling that week 1. But how much can you actually write when you're playing teams that are so much less athletic than you?
That's a good question. I had to do it for years as a local beat reporter covering a team. Every beat writer deals with that because there's a stretch where it's just bad stuff. And so you start working on like features and stuff that don't even really deal with the game, but it deals with the players and coaches. And to be quite honest, there's not much you can glean from an actual game against some cupcakes down the road. If Arch Manning were to come out and just tear things apart, go 29 of 30 passing for 450 yards or something like that, looks great, helps the stats, and people will have their reactions. But the reality is that really does not matter all that much. It really doesn't, because against some of these teams you play sometimes, you might as well be playing against air. And I know that's a very much an insult to some programs, but it's the reality, especially when you play these FCS type teams and the lower group of 5 programs. Those type of games and weeks have always been and are transforming more and more now as we see a greater divide between the haves and have-nots in this NIL era. It turns into like glorified preseason games for you to work out some kinks, try some new things, and just kind of push ahead so you can prepare for the bigger ones.
Can Texas actually get better? Can Arch get better? Or will we really not know until they play? Who do they play? Florida? Is Florida their next big game, I think?
Yeah, and that's the one to me. Like, when you go into another hostile environment that's comparable to Ohio State, that's when you'll be able to judge whether there has been improvement for Texas, but mostly Arch Manning. I agree with that wholeheartedly. It's not going to be at home. I mean, heck, even if you were playing, an LSU at home, you could read into that or whatever, but you got the home. What it takes these days, because of the playoff, and we saw it last year, I think fans are finally starting to realize how much the game has changed, is that most teams are probably going to have to go on the road at some point in the playoff and play in a very, very rough environment. And you got to win one of those type of games in the regular season to show that you're ready to do that. And Arch is going to have to do that this year at some point.
I think Kalen DeBoer is a really good coach. I think he's a situation now that sucks for him. I talked about how I never want to follow the guy. I've had the opportunity to do that in my career. Never wanted to. I want to be the guy that follows the guy that follows the guy. I want somebody to come in and bomb before I go in and save it. He's 5-5 in his last 10 games. He is a great coach. How does this shake out in your mind?
He's a great coach, but I think the question from the beginning was always been, is it the right fit? And I thought that was legitimate then, and it's more legitimate now. Is he a coach that can coach in the SEC? Is his temperament made for that? The guy is super nice. You always hear that, like, yeah, he's a bad employee, but he's a super nice guy. Well, he's not a bad employee. It's just that his temperament doesn't really fit in the SEC. I think in the SEC, to be a head coach, you got to be an ass in a lot of ways. You got to be paranoid. You got to be on it all the time. You got to have boundaries, know when to say yes and no around people who ask for your time. And Kalen DeBoer is just a very friendly guy with his players too, but also with just people around the community and facility. And you wonder if that like comes across on game days. I mean, you watched a game, the effort by the defense, especially the loafing at times, how they would just give up pursuit. The lack of eye discipline with all the movements in Florida State's offensive backfield, baffling, because you're just so accustomed to seeing those crimson helmets and crimson jerseys just absolutely manhandling people. And they look like, I mean, goodness gracious, they look like the Mike Shula teams of Alabama past. I mean, that's exactly kind of what they look like to me whenever I watch them. And I don't know how, if that's popping up week 1, how do you fix that during the rest of the season? Because that's a culture thing, right? That's the team camaraderie thing. You don't just automatically overnight go, all right, everybody was loafing on like half our plays. Now that's not going to happen. I've got big questions about that. And, oh man, it's, they're very talented. They're probably the most talented roster in America, to be quite honest. But for them to lay an egg like they did at Florida State, I mean, obviously it's an upset, but the way they lost is if I was a Bama fan, I'd be pissed off. That's not what Alabama football should be.
I mean, his buyout, I think, is $70 million. We saw Texas A&M pay a massive buyout. Any chance that happened? Let's say they lose 6 games this year. Any chance he gets bought out?
Oh yeah, he'll get bought out if that happens. Yeah, I mean, listen. As much as athletic directors complain about there not being any money anymore because of NIL and the revenue sharing stuff, they'll find the money. College athletics for the last 30 to 40 years, they got monopoly money, man. It ain't real. They just spend it. I mean, they're maxing out those credit cards every day. They don't care. They just keep spending the money until the bank tells them no.
Let's play fan fiction. And this is total fiction. We don't know if any of this is going to happen. But who the heck would Alabama hire? Because if they were, and I don't know if they're going to fire DeBoer. I don't even think they're going to. But is it Dabo? Dabo just lost again. They've been underperforming. Like, who the heck would Alabama want to hire? Lane Kiffin?
I think the ship's maybe. There would be people there that want him. The Dabo Sweeney train is gone by the station. That was going to happen. It would have happened 2 years ago, and that was nowhere near close to happening. It's a great question. Who would you hire? Would you go get one of Nick Saban's proteges? And I think the top one out there, well, top two, are Steve Sarkisian at Texas and Lane Kiffin at Ole Miss. I think Lane Kiffin's name makes a lot of sense, though I think if the Florida job were to come open at the same time as Bama, they maybe would end up fighting over him. But you also have to take into consideration, every year we get like a hot coach that comes up out of nowhere based off of this season. So watch that. Hey, why not? I'll be quite honest with you. I think a great fit would be Curt Cignetti from Indiana. He coached with Nick Saban. He was on those first Nick Saban teams at Alabama way back when they lost to Louisiana Monroe, and then they turned the thing around the very next year. And Bobby, I mean, if you ever listen to Curt Cignetti talk, that guy, he's a complete hard ass.
Yeah, he's a dick.
I mean,
he's what it needs to be. You're right.
And he's entertaining. He gets it, and he gets this era of college football. I mean, Indiana's winning and is good and made the playoff last year because of the portal, because of NIL, and because of Curt Cignetti. I think he'd be a great fit at Alabama.
I don't know how much you got to watch because you were actually at a game, but I don't know if you got home in time to watch the South Carolina Virginia Tech game, but I thought Lenore Sellers, he's a man. I mean, he's a man.
Yeah, and Virginia Tech did a pretty good job slowing him down on the run for the most part, but then he took the top off there in the second half, throwing that one touchdown pass. He's big time. He's going to change games for them. But South Carolina, I think, got a very good preview now that the book, as they say, is out on Lenore Sellers, that they're going to do everything to sell out to stop him as a runner. Because I'm not sure South Carolina has the consistency and explosiveness at receiver to make people pay quarter to quarter to quarter, because, it only takes like one big pass or two to change a game. We saw that for South Carolina in the second half, but I was not very impressed with just how missing in action South Carolina's receivers were for most of the game.
I was rolling with you last night on Twitter as I was watching the Notre Dame-Miami game, and I thought Carson Beck looked good, and I was surprised Notre Dame didn't pull it out. I guess I just expected that brand in the battle of the brands to win. Your thoughts on the game?
Notre Dame's got to give the ball to running back Jeremiah Love more. I understand that he's never been a heavy workload running back, but I thought that hurt them in that game. If Jeremiah Love touches that ball 5 to 10 more times, they end up winning that game maybe at Miami. I did not to say it's poetic justice. I don't know what you call it, but Mario Cristobal, he's always criticized for his late game clock management, calling timeouts when he doesn't have any timeouts, or running the ball when they should be kneeling it. And last night I thought it was going to pop up again because they were just outside the red zone, little under 2 minutes remaining, and they were just playing for a field goal, like a long field goal, and they got the clock down to 1 minute, 4 seconds before kicking a 47-yard field goal. Like, that's not the spot you want to be in to win a game. You give the other team another 64 seconds. to try and win the game, and you've got a 47-yard field goal kick, which is nowhere near a gimme, especially for a college kicker. But they converted, and then Notre Dame got the ball back, and they failed to spike the ball so they can get one more play on their last play, and the clock ran out on them. So Mario Cristobal, I guess that his bad clock management curse kind of went over to the Marcus Freeman in that sideline. But Notre Dame is better than what they showed Sunday night. I think they're much better. And I just think they've got you had a first-time starting quarterback, C.J. Carr. They didn't quite know if he could be a good runner for them like Riley Leonard last year. But he proved it last night. He was able to run. But most of all, I just think you got to give Jeremiah Love the ball a little bit more, let him run it. And the other thing is, real quick, is that Notre Dame's defensive line is not as good as it was last year. And that carried them a lot in some tight games last season. I'm interested to see if that unit can improve game to game.
Going from memory, I believe you said, if I ever am near the red zone, and it put me in a wood chipper. It was something like that. You tweeted last night, and I don't go for it. Put me in a wood chipper.
Yeah. If we're in a 2-minute situation and I'm outside the red zone, but I just keep running the ball, put me in a wood chipper. You need to throw the ball a little bit, try to get closer. They know. I mean, I just didn't get that at all. I mean, you're trying to say, you're acting like you're at the 10-yard line saying, all right, let's just move the ball to the middle of the field. Let's run it. You got to throw a few passes when you're 50 yards away from the field goal post, man. I know you got confidence in your kicker, but don't put all that pressure on a college kicker. I mean, that's a reason why #CollegeKickers trends every Saturday on Twitter, because they're always messing up, even the best ones.
Something else that you mentioned was Caleb Love. They got him a lot more involved. They were putting him a wide receiver. They're moving him around. He's got to stop jumping every time he gets the ball. How many times are you going to try to jump over people? And it worked once, but eventually that's not going to work well. It's like every time he was trying to jump over people.
That's his thing, man. He was doing the national championship game throughout the playoff, and last year, I hear people see that and they go, that dude's going to get hurt, but he hasn't yet. You could fall awkwardly if you get clipped real low when you're doing that, but he's got the athleticism to do it. But also, I think that also leads into my previous point, is that he's never been a high workload running back. So he's probably more willing to do that, to jump and try to, outmaneuver guys. But I think they need to say, hey, we got to give this guy the ball 25, 30 times a game. Not just carrying it, but throwing it to him. I mean, I understand that college football is different these days. Running backs don't take that big of a workload, but Notre Dame is not as good as it was last year, and you've got to lean on your star players. And Jeremiah Love, to me, is the best running back in the country. Use that. Don't use him sparingly. Use your best player.
I got 2 questions left. The Kansas State and North Dakota game was weird. And, we had heard and we just heard voices say, oh, you shouldn't go play overseas because it's always weird when you come back. And we're like, who knows how true that? Holy crap, that might actually be a thing.
Yeah, but I'll say Iowa State blew out their FCS team on the same day. I think Kansas State's got some issues. I do. I don't think their receivers were as good as I thought they were going to be coming in. The transfer portal guys they added. And, listen, Kansas State needs to prepare itself in the Big 12, because there's going to be a lot of games like that, back and forth, tight down to the fourth quarter. But you don't need to be playing those type of games against an FCS opponent. You can't do that every week in addition to your conference games. Kansas State worries me now. In fact, in my top 25 I was putting together, I dropped Kansas State out, obviously, but I also dropped Iowa State out because suddenly Iowa State's win doesn't look all that good. So I'm going to be more patient about Iowa State until they beat someone else on their schedule. I'm kind of disappointed in Kansas State at this point.
All right, final question. I watched Arkansas play Alabama A&M. I'm sure you have watched it back. They were much smaller than us. It was an FCS school. It didn't really show us anything. We didn't cover. I don't know. I was trying to explain to the guys here, because we don't play Arkansas State. We're playing Arkansas State this next week. Why we're doing it? It's fun for the state, I guess, but we really haven't done it. We're playing in a War Memorial. Do we have any shot to win 6 games this year?
Yeah, Yeah, I think so. I'm worried about the defense.
Oh, they look
Um,
like Swiss cheese against the bad
Yeah,
Alabama A&M team.
I'm very worried about that. I will say this, like the running back they got transferred in, Mike Washington, he's legit. Back in early August when camp was starting, I was talking to some of the coaches there, and they told me this guy's like got all SEC type ability. And I think he showed a little bit of that against Alabama A&M. But again, it's like one of those games like you just can't read too much into it. But they're going to be very, very good offensively, but defensively, I've got concerns. I got a lot of faith in T. Will being able to kind of figure things out as they go along. But sometimes talent's talent. There's only so much coaching you can do and scheming you can do. But I'm not excited for the Arkansas State game, man.
Me either. I was telling him
I'm kind of like Frank Broyles. Like we should never play him.
I know.
Don't open that door, because what happens if? What if you lose to him? What if it's even just a close game and you win? You open the door, and in a state like Arkansas, only 2 million something people here, you don't need to be splitting up the fan base or starting up a new trend. Yeah, don't do it. Don't schedule this game. It's shocking to me that they agreed. Not only that, but they're playing in Little Rock. Like, no,
like everything's off. Yes, play in the home where Arkansas feels like they're at home. They have the advantage. I agree. We don't have enough doors to open one of the doors for people to come in. I agree. I was just giving up. They all went to sleep, and I was telling them the Frank Broyles story, like all of this. But yeah, it's like do it once and then never again.
Yeah, I don't know. I will say this: maybe it's a blessing in disguise that the SEC is going to move to 9 games, so then they can just go, yeah. See, Arkansas State. This is why we can't schedule any future games. We don't have enough. We don't have spots anymore for you.
Well, thank you for the time as always, Brandon Marcello. Follow him on Twitter at @bmarcello, which I do. Felt like I was sitting beside you watching the game last night, just taking it all in. Where are you going next week? You on the road again?
Yeah, Michigan OU.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah,
Bryce Underwood looked good.
Michigan coach.
Yeah, Bryce Underwood looked good though.
He's got a whip on him, doesn't he, man? I mean, the throwing motion is fantastic. He had a good game. And Sharon Moore, Michigan coach, man, coming back to his alma mater at OU where he played. That's and OU looks good. John Mateer at quarterback. The offense is rolling. He leads the FBS since last season in games of 350 plus yards, 3 touchdowns. It's game of the week, but that one could be like back and forth, like really, really good when we see like 2 quarterbacks just throwing it out on the field trying to get in the Heisman race.
I feel like Oklahoma every year has like a coach. It's Tennessee last year. It's Sharon Moore this year. Like Oklahoma's always got a coach coming back for vengeance every year, one big game. All right, Brandon, thank you for the time, buddy. We'll see you next week.
All right, just so everybody knows, we recorded this before the episode we did today. I wanted to get Eddie's fresh reaction to Micah Parsons being traded. So
I've had time to think about it.
This was late Friday when we recorded this, when everybody didn't know. And we were flying back from Savannah, Georgia yesterday, and somebody goes, oh, it was Brandon. Brandon goes, hey, Micah Parsons traded the Packers. And we were like, ha, 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 ha.
It's that moment, Kevin, where you finally get you're so close to the ground that you get signal on your phone.
Oh, yeah.
And
it came through.
And all
Everything
the
comes
texts
through.
start coming through.
So what are your thoughts? You've had a day.
Yeah.
Go.
I'm shocked. You may have noticed I'm not wearing any Cowboys gear today.
We didn't notice.
Man.
I usually wear a Cowboys hat, not wearing that today. But it's not because of this. Like, am I shocked by this? Absolutely. I thought 100% that they were going to figure out a deal. We were going to get right to the start of the season, which we were right at that moment, and they were going to say, Micah's still a Cowboys. We're good, right? Not a problem.
Did you see the Michael Irvin clip?
Right
like
before.
1 minute before, he's like, they're not trading him. I guarantee it. They're not trading him.
That's how I felt.
1 minute later, boom.
But here's the thing. I'm not mad about it. I am now understanding that this year is down the toilet. Like, I was so excited for this year.
But you thought Micah Parsons would have been the difference this year?
I think that we had a chance. I mean, you got a pretty good squad in the offense. You've got Micah kind of rounds out the defense. Yes, I thought that we had a pretty good shot this year. I went into the year thinking, yes, we could definitely be a contender this year. This tells me immediately we're trashing this year.
So you know what that tells me? That you guys have a chance this year. If all the Cowboy fans are
that's
feeling
fair.
like it's over, I feel like you might have a shot. I mean, Kenny Clark's good. He's Pro Bowler. He's not Micah Parsons.
Right.
But I feel like the Cowboys, because they weren't going to pay Micah that money. I think going to be at $47 million a year. And I can play you some of these clips. They weren't going to pay him that. That's what it was all about. It wasn't they didn't want him, but they already paid Dak a ton. They already paid CD a ton.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like because the Cowboys, they didn't want to pay Micah Parsons. I'm not a Cowboys fan, so I can say this. I feel like they came out pretty good from this trade. They weren't going to win this year anyway. You were wrong about having a shot this year.
Every
They
year
got
I
two
feel like
first-round picks. Next year's draft is
yeah. Oh, I know.
So I'm going to play some Jerry Jones clips here. Jerry Jones talks about the timeline of things. Hit that, please.
This trade was not just thought about today. This trade has been going on in our minds and our strategies and being talked about. It's been going on all spring. It culminated today, and it came quick, but that's the way things go. It does happen fast when it happens.
I love it. That's the way things go.
That's how things go.
Yeah, that's just the way it goes,
Come
man.
on.
Man of many words.
You know, there was some controversy, and it did continue to bubble where Jerry was trying to negotiate with Micah without an agent. And even like the Player Association came out and was like, this is not cool. Like, you're not supposed to do that.
That's how you do it in old school Texas, though, man. Just,
Yeah, that's how you do an oil deal in the 80s. Yes.
When he bought the
exactly.
team.
Here's the second clip. Go ahead.
There's no question that I could have signed him in April. We all know that to have agreements, all parties have to agree. But this was by design. I did make Micah an offer. It wasn't acceptable, and I honor the fact that it wasn't done in the way that he wanted to do it through an agent.
Here is him talking about the draft picks that they got for him.
He was an asset that we got 4 great years out of. But when you are talking about making a contract the kind that he got and for the future, that's quite a commitment. And I'm just going to give you this. Not only do we immediately get a player, but those draft picks could get us, I'm talking top Pro Bowl type players could. Not necessarily, you're going to be quick to say, you won't necessarily get those players. You got to draft them or acquire them.
And then finally, he does talk a bit about Kenny Clark here.
The facts are we need to stop the run. We haven't been able to stop the run at key times for several years. When you have the kind of extraordinary pass rush that Michael had, then the way to mitigate that pass rush is to run at you. If the pass rush doesn't get you ahead pretty big time and you're playing even or behind, then you've really got a problem in stopping the run.
Logical?
What's he doing with the Michael thing? Like, he knows it's not his name, and he continues to do it over and over. His name's Micah. And he continues to call him Michael. Is this...
He's 90, dude.
I know, I understand that. So that's my question for you. Is it an old man who just kind of forgets what he's saying?
Probably.
Or is this a thing where he's just like, all right, I'll disrespect him in a different way. I'll call him by the wrong name.
I think he's old.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so too. He did call him Micah at one point. Like
I
once.
know, he goes back and forth.
I think he's old.
Okay.
Yeah. And also we know, because we did a new episode today that's out today. But we did record this as it was still pretty fresh to Eddie, because Eddie is a diehard Cowboys fan. Now, after you heard those clips, are you convinced that Jerry knows what he's doing?
I've always believed that Jerry and his sons know what they're doing. I believe that Stephen Jones is a smart dude. Like, I think he has huge influence on his dad. He's the next guy in line. They know what they're doing. They are smart people. I understand that. And this is a thing that happens in all the Cowboys. We're probably going to lose 30% of our fan base. Like, yes, that's the Cowboys, man. They're just going to be.
I don't think you'll
No,
lose
I don't
any
think
real
you-
fans. You just suck it up and go, well, it's our classic Cowboys.
But you have young kids. Like, you have like young kids that are starting to like the Cowboys. This stuff like this is going to be like, I'm out.
Maybe, I don't think so.
You guys
Stuff
don't
like
think so?
I don't think
Luka?
so.
That'll get you out. But with football, like this happens.
22 starters in football.
Yeah.
If it was a quarterback, I could see that.
Yeah.
But if it was offense, I could see that. And not that defense doesn't matter, but it's an offensive league now
It
in the
is.
NFL.
Yeah, that's why they paid CD and paid Dak.
Yeah.
I love the future. I love looking into the future. I mean, yes, this tells me that we're looking at a solid team in 2028, possibly chance for the Super Bowl 2029.
Will Dak be there?
No. And I think that's what this does.
I
Gets
also
us a
think
quarterback.
will Jerry be there and probably not.
Yeah, that's
So
Oh gosh. I didn't think about that.
I don't think he sees the fruit of his labor here.
But he's been very vocal about it. It's not really much about him anymore. It's about the next generation.
Yeah, I think if he were doing this for now, for him to get a championship before he dies, he'd have kept Micah Parsons or Michael Parsons, either one. But I think he literally, regardless if you think he's doing a good job or a bad job, I think he's doing a job for the future of the team. I think this was as far as Jerry Jones being a quote unquote selfish or non-selfish owner, I think this is a non-selfish move because he's probably not going to see this turn out the way he would like to see it turn out because he's not going to be alive.
Yeah, it's going to be a few years.
So
Do you wish they would have done it back in April before the draft?
Yes.
I know it's hindsight is 2020, but like that's a big thing. It's like the timing of it is just awful.
Well, but
it's
that's
awful.
the Cowboys, though, right? Like, isn't that the Cowboys just to make things real dramatic and go all the way to the very end, and then ba-bam, then we got headlines for a whole week.
you usually make the signing though.
Yeah.
After dragging it out and you just pay more money.
Man, the Packers are going to be good.
That's the thing. The draft pick is, I mean, you got to figure, what were the Packers early 20s this
Yep.
year? It's probably going to be mid to late 20s.
Could
now.
be, but you can trade up, right?
Yeah, but not even that. I was saying that yesterday on the plane flying back.
Yeah.
The difference is in the NBA, you got 5 starters. It's so much harder to get an impact player in the bottom half of the first round, especially the second round. In the NFL, you have 22 different positions. First round, second round picks are extremely valuable. So I do think this is a bit different because, yeah, the Packers are going to be good. It's going to be a second half of the first round. Sure, you could trade them both, and they'll have their own pick, which is going to be bad. So it's going to be up.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not going to be that good.
Don't even know we have
So
that
they've
pick.
also kind of cut their legs out in a positive way, meaning they're not going to be as good this year, which is going to improve their draft stock the next year.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting. I don't hate it. I'm not a Cowboys fan. If I was a Cowboys fan, I think I would hate it because you've done so many stupid things that you're like, well, this is probably just another stupid thing.
Yeah.
It's how I feel about Arkansas sometimes.
And you can look at it with a clear eye, too.
I
Like,
think
'cause
I don't hate it. I really don't hate it. You got 2 first-round picks. The next draft class, not only in quarterbacks, but even in like skilled defensive positions, tons of talent. One of the best in like 10 years. And if you don't think Micah Parsons is going to flip it, and he's asking for that much money, $47 million a year, and you already are paying CD and Dak, you have to make some hard decisions.
Yeah. Somebody's got to go.
And he's right. Stopping the run game has been difficult for the Cowboys the last few
You can't
years.
stop anything now.
Yeah.
No, and yeah, like I said, like I'm not really looking forward to this year, but it's fine.
You will, and you'll be back in. I got a feeling too. You're going to be back believing. Mike, you're also a Cowboys fan. Your thoughts?
I hated it at first because I feel like this is a bad way just to make the team feel like everybody comes to the very end. Nobody's going to want to play for us. Like, oh, you're going to go into this business where they just don't care about you. I think even the reason he calls them Michael is because he just sees these people as assets.
But that's what you are in the NFL.
But us as fans, we feel them as like we're fans of them. We like these people.
Can you imagine if fans made the decisions on the team?
Oh gosh.
And that's what the uproar is from Cowboys fans is like we only see the turn.
Yes.
We don't see the road ahead.
I do love the fans. They're just like, just pay them. Like, oh, that's easy for you to say. Like, it's not your money.
And it's also not the cap you're trying to manage.
Yeah.
Right.
Like they're not having to see how you're going to pay it this year, but 2 and 3 years down the road and how that's going to. So yes, it's weird. He's awesome, but I understand. He was asking, the deal was like 41 or 42 with the Cowboys they offered him. They didn't think he was going to get that, but he ended up getting 47 with the Packers.
He got more with the Packers.
Yeah.
It's pretty awesome.
Everybody-
Good for him.
Everybody wins except for Eddie.
I almost
Man.
texted you and I was like, I
appreciate
got to see him in person.
I only got my mom's in town, so she would have been the main texter. So she didn't text. Obviously, she's with me, but I'm just glad friends didn't text.
I was with you in person. We had a Packers fan with us
Oh,
too.
that's the worst
Oh, that's
too.
awesome.
Yeah, Rod is a massive Packers fan.
Oh,
We're sitting-
he
I
had
mean,
me
Rod's
rubbing
right there
it
sitting
in,
next to
dude.
me, dude. I'm just like, of course, the news would break with you next to me.
That's awesome. I would have been all up in your face, dude.
You would have?
Yeah.
Jerk.
Hey, what's the deal? You guys want to be in or no? You thought about it?
Oh, I've been thinking about
I
it.
know, same, dude.
I've been thinking about it.
Because it could be
I know.
expensive.
I know. That's what worries me
Like-
a little bit.
We could. I would say. I hate to say most that we could lose in this.
But give us a ballpark. Just a ballpark of the most you could lose. Like, and you can even be drastic about it. It can be $1 million.
No.
Whoa,
Most
whoa,
of the time-
whoa,
No, I know it's not $1 million,
whoa.
dude. We don't have that.
Let me see if Stell will answer the phone. Because he runs it.
Okay.
Still,
Still,
hey, we've seen
he would run.
he would run something like this.
All right, Matt Stell, see if he'll answer.
Drinking that Bush Light.
Your call has been forwarded.
He didn't answer. I would say worst. Like worst. It's like
For one we're gonna split whatever you're
the
gonna
whole
say,
team.
though, right?
I'm gonna say the whole
Okay,
team lost.
good,
Yeah.
Good.
But you're talking about worst
Mhm.
is like $6,000.
Okay.
But that's absolute worst case scenario. So it could happen. And I've seen best case scenario win $7,000. I think I won 4 last year. But the 2 years before that, I did not. I lost like 2,500 the first year. Didn't really know what I was doing at all. Lost like 800 the second year. Oh, here we go. Hey, you're on, so you're being recorded, okay?
All right.
I'm talking with Eddie and Kickoff Kevin about our draft a team league.
Uh-huh.
And I'm asking them if they want to like come in as a partner with me because I've never had a partner before, and I think it'd be fun to have them hop in. But that being said, they asked, what's the most you can lose?
Okay. The most that's been lost at Skins League that I've ever seen.
No. Do our league. Do our league. Don't do all time.
World records.
Yeah.
On our league, what? Somebody probably lost like an owner, like 5,000-6,000 last year.
Yeah, that's what I
Something
told
like
them. I said 6 was probably the most I've ever seen. And what about most won in our league, do you think?
Actually, the Chandlers had the greatest team in Skins League history last year, and I think they won something like 11,000.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
11, 12,000. Yeah. That's what you get when you have a former NFL Buffalo Bills tight end as one of the players, owners against you. So,
What would you say to them as they're considering hopping in here on the Bones team?
I'd say, come on in. The water's fine.
All right.
Absolutely.
I couldn't give them even a semi-educated guess on how much they could lose at the ceiling of loss and then the ceiling of victory, but I appreciate the help.
Yeah, or you can send them the spreadsheet. But yeah, I'm glad I could help.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, man.
Thanks, Matt.
All right, boys.
See you.
Later.
Yeah. Degenerate.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He loves
Dude, one of my
gambling.
favorite people in the world, though.
Yeah.
Gosh, I
Loves
love
it.
it.
Loves it.
Remember the cake eating? You tried to turn a gambling into that?
Yeah.
Dude, went to casino with that guy and I lost him for like 2 hours. Like, where did he go? We eventually found him at a
And
table.
he's 6'7", by the way.
He's like Bruno Mars, where Bruno Mars got into such debt he had to play all those shows in Vegas. He had to do a residency. Matt Stell's doing, I've been down to 6 Mile Beach. You walk over, he's playing in a bar, just trying to get his money back.
You want a decision now?
Well,
We kind of need.
so this show, because we're recording this ahead,
Mhm.
this show, and this is going to be the end of the segment, or the end of the show. But yeah, we draft tomorrow night. So which is Tuesday night.
Okay, and then as far as the draft goes, are we all going to be together drafting, or what? Or do you just draft?
You can be on phone, on speaker. I'd like for you guys to be there.
Yeah.
If I'm going to ask for help, I'm probably going to lean on Kevin a little more.
Whoa. We're a team, dude. What are you talking about? You wouldn't value my opinion when it comes to drafting?
Yeah.
You imagine you have an NFL team like
But here's
where
the
they
thing,
were
I
in the
just
draft room?
I figured out how to do it pretty well, and then
I know, and then that, but
then I might have just got lucky one year because again
Yeah.
I kind of cheated the system.
Well, I trust you mostly. Like I would trust you 99%, but if I have this 1%, I'm like, dude, we need to go this way.
That's why I would want you guys to be a part of it. You could come to the house.
Okay.
We do it at like 7. You can just be on speaker.
yeah,
Whatever the case is.
okay.
Do you think you want to be in?
Yeah, I'm leaning that way.
Me too.
Yeah,
Me too. I'm leaning that way.
So
Can be so
Because
fun.
I love action.
okay, here's what we can do. We can do 50, 25, 25. If you don't want to do 33, 33, 33.
That's complicated.
No, it's not. It's a fourth.
complicated. Well, what if the payout's going to be complicated?
Then you just divide it by 4, and that's the number you get.
Yeah.
All I'm trying to do is minimize your risk. You want to do 33, 33, 33? Great.
Don't listen, Eddie. I'm good with 50, 25, 25.
You're not good with the three-way
I mean,
split?
I can do that too, but I'm just saying if
Eddie's dying for a 3-way.
Dude, I've been dreaming of a
He's been
three-way
dreaming of a
split
three-way with us
you
forever.
guys.
turn the lights down, boys. I could do it. I'm leaning towards either one.
Okay, this is what I would suggest then. I would suggest since it's your first year, I'll take 50% of the load. You two together will take the other 50% of the load on your head.
Wait, who's load?
Just you're taking the load.
So
Got it.
both of
Okay.
you, so 50, And then you guys have the other 50% of the team, which equals that being 25-25. So it's just if we lose $1,000, I have to give 500.
We give 250.
And your
250.
collective unit has to give me 500. So that's split in half, 250. I'm just doing it for Eddie, who's math.
No, yeah.
challenged.
I have dyscalculia.
Do you want to do that? 50, 25, 25.
If you like that better, let's just do that. It's fine.
I'm in on that.
Eddie?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I'm in.
Okay.
Yeah.
We win the big. You realize we win the big one, dude. We win a lot of money. It's gonna be small,
but it's only
amount for us.
7% smaller.
Still, you're gonna miss that 7%.
You're gonna miss it.
It's like playing a slot machine, dude, where you're just like, I'm just gonna put a quarter instead of a whole dollar.
I know.
Yeah, but you lose that dollar. You end up losing a lot more.
Well,
Trying to convince him, dude. Get more load.
You want more load? Is that what you want?
I want all the load, guys.
Yeah.
I want all the load. No, I'm in. If you want to do 33, like I'm also okay with that.
I'm gonna feel guilty if we start losing a bunch.
I know.
I know, and then Eddie's gonna be like, "Told you should have done 25."
Yeah. So okay, I don't want to press you anymore.
I wouldn't do that.
You guys make your decision. None. You're the other 50%, which means you're 25-25, or we're all equal.
It's fine, Kevin. We can go 50. I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
And you'll never hear me complain about it again.
I don't believe that.
That's
but
a
okay.
lie. You know that's a lie.
That's for sure a lie.
Okay, so 50, 25-25.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Hey,
The draft is like Tuesday night at 7.
50.
Uh.
50. 50. Sounds better that way.
50, and then that's a big circle I got to do for that. You're 50. Like, okay. Why is there a Titans helmet here?
So
I literally looked back and just saw this helmet.
yeah, I put it there. I almost forgot about it too, but it's because you know how the Titans came to do some like behind the scenes documentary stuff with you and Castle for the NFL podcast that you do on Lots to Say. So then the next day, the guy hit me up, one of the guys that was there to film, and he's like, "Hey, I have get this, a game worn helmet
What the?
that I would love to give to Bobby and the guys for the podcast or to put wherever." That's what I asked. I was like, "Dude, who wore it?" He's like, "I don't know exactly, but it's somebody that was number 70 in the last 5 to 10 years." Whatever that means.
It's pretty clean, though.
I know. But there are some marks on it. You can see up close.
Awesome.
It's game worn.
Well, I will. We'll take this to the studio. That's cool. We're gonna have a whole new studio in the next 6 months anyway, so
Perfect.
we'll put it in there. Okay, and then I have this from Coach Stoops at Kentucky, which I haven't opened yet.
It
Dang, that was
came
quick.
in.
Came quick.
So
Wow.
quick. Just
So
in time, though.
I have a Kentucky helmet, and it's very nice for him to send this. I don't
Very
know what
nice.
color it is. If it's blue, if it's white, it's like a gender reveal here. We're gonna do it.
Pink.
Yeah.
I feel like we're breaking a helmet.
Okay. That's
Been a while. huh?
Right?
Okay.
You need a knife or something? I have a switchblade.
Do you have one?
No.
I think I have it. Okay, here we go. Oh, there's hat. Oh, cool. There's some stuff in here too.
Okay.
It's not for us.
And he signed it. Awesome. Oh, he signed it blue on the white.
Oh, that's a pretty helmet.
Pretty helmet. Hold on.
You get that box out of the way.
Well, there's stuff in it.
Dang, that's sick.
I got it.
Dude, that is so cool looking.
That is sick.
Yep, that is a sweet helmet.
To Bobby. Wow, that's cool.
Dang.
That blue Sharpie looks cool.
You get
That was
everything.
awesome.
Thanks.
You get everything.
Oh, I'm jealous. Man.
Go Cats. Yeah, heck yeah.
Dang.
Let's go. Let's see what else is in here.
That's so shiny.
This is perfect, dude. SEC sticker in the back.
Oh, good part.
Dude, you even have you have like stickers like the players would wear.
I earned it.
I don't know what that means. The 75 back there.
It's probably like whatever their sticker
Honoring.
is honoring. It's probably on all the helmets. Okay, here we go. From Coach Bobby. Thanks for having me on your show. I appreciate it. Congrats on your success. Keep up the good work. Take care. Coach Stoops.
Let's go.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. We got. I know I saw. Kentucky Wildcats hat.
Oh, that's cool.
Eddie, you want it?
Yeah, yeah. I'll take
See,
it.
I
Thank
don't
you,
get
man.
everything.
Thank you, dude.
I give it
Wow,
out.
I get some things.
I give it out. Kevin, what size are you?
Shirt wise, XL.
Let's see here.
I can fit into a large.
Okay. Okay. Oh, that's a cool Kentucky like.
Is that a hoodie?
hoodie.
Dang.
Wow.
That's big. Kevin, large.
Let's
This will
go.
fit you. And then Mike. Mike, we got you a Cats
I like it.
t-shirt right there.
That's cool, Mike.
Let's
Dang,
go.
this is
Cats by
sweet.
90.
Yeah, thanks to thanks to everybody, and thanks to Coach Stoops at Kentucky for.
Awesome. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, Coach.
There you go, because you know he's listening right now.
Wildcat.
Yeah, he listens to every single one.
Yep. All right. That's it. Thank you, everybody. Obviously, this is a time machine, so this segment here was done way in advance. The rest of it was done today on Monday. Thank you guys for listening. And Eddie, blow the whistle. We didn't blow it live in.
I know.
So you got to blow us out.
Gotcha. Here we go.
All right. See you guys later on this week.